The sunlight spilled across my bedroom floor, illuminating a small corner where my sneakers and worn-out jeans sat in a lazy heap. I groaned, dragging myself out of bed, my mind already buzzing with the same unease I'd felt every morning for the past week. School wasn't just school anymore. It was the stage for the relentless torment that had become my life. My name's Alex, and I was, for lack of a better term, the target. My bully, Darren, had made it his mission to humiliate me at every opportunity. He was clever, cruel, and had a way of turning even the smallest mistake into public embarrassment. But this time he'd gone further than usual. He'd dared me, or rather commanded me, to dress like a girl for an entire day. And the worst part? I couldn't say no. I tried to reason with him, of course. Come on, man, this is ridiculous. I pleaded. But Darren's grin was infuriatingly confident. You're doing it, Alex. No excuses. I want to see it. You'll thank me later. Or maybe just cry a little. Either way, it's happening. My bedroom, once a sanctuary, felt like a trap now. My clothes, posters, and gaming consoles blurred together as I pondered my options. There was no easy way out. Saying no wasn't an option. If I defied him, the consequences would be brutal. And I had already learned that Darren didn't accept failure lightly. I stared at my reflection in the mirror. My short hair stuck up in rebellious tufts, my pale skin dotted with a few stubborn pimples, and my lanky frame gave away nothing of the girlish appearance Darren wanted me to adopt. Panic and anticipation swirled together in my chest. I hated the idea, yet there was a small, undeniable curiosity prickling beneath the surface. What would it feel like to walk in a dress? To have my features softened, my body hidden or reshaped beneath fabric? My mom's voice drifted from downstairs. Alex. Breakfast. I muttered under my breath and grabbed a shirt, but my mind was elsewhere. Isabella, my girlfriend, had no idea yet. She was sweet, supportive, and the only person I trusted not to judge me, but I couldn't tell her about Darren's dare. The shame, the humiliation, I couldn't burden her with it. And if she found out from someone else? I shivered. The thought of her laughing at me, even jokingly, was unbearable. The morning passed in a blur of nerves. Darren's challenge echoed in my mind with every step I took towards school. I imagined his smirk as he watched me struggle, his satisfaction at my discomfort. And yet part of me, the part one didn't dare admit even to myself, felt a thrill. The forbidden nature of the dare, the secret of what I was about to endure, stirred a strange mix of fear and excitement inside me. At lunch I was cornered. Darren leaned against the wall, arms crossed, a gleam in his eye that promised trouble. Ready to start the transformation? He asked, tossing a small duffel bag toward me. Hesitation froze me. The bag was heavier than it looked, and when I unzipped it I found layers of feminine clothing. Dresses, tights, a small pair of heels, and a makeup kit. My heart raced. The moment had arrived. There was no turning back. The world outside my bedroom, my safe zone, my identity, was about to collide with a persona forced upon me by someone else's power. My palms sweated as I picked up a soft, pink dress, the fabric cool and delicate in my hands. Darren's smirk widened. Go on. Try it on. You'll see, Alex, it's gonna change your life. Or at least make everyone at school see a new side of you. I glanced at the mirror, my reflection staring back with wide, uncertain eyes. For the first time in my life, I saw a potential version of myself that wasn't fully me, yet wasn't entirely foreign either. My chest tightened as I slowly unzipped my hoodie, peeled off my jeans, and began the transformation. Each step, the tights, the dress, the careful brushing of hair, the tentative dab of makeup, made me feel exposed, vulnerable, yet strange, exhilarating. By the time I stepped fully into the outfit, heels clicking slightly on the hardwood floor, I hardly recognized the boy who had walked in here that morning. I was Alex, but also not. The reflection in the mirror seemed to mock and challenge me simultaneously, whispering of secrets, thrills, and dangers I hadn't imagined. And Darren? He clapped slowly. Perfect. Now go out there and own it, or fail miserably. Your choice. The bell rang, echoing in my head like a countdown to doom. With Isabella obliviously waiting at her locker and my classmates bustling around, I took a deep breath, straightened my back, and prepared to face the world. I was about to live a day as someone else, forced into femininity, thrust into heels, makeup, and dresses, and I couldn't say no. The journey had begun. By the time I stepped out of the bathroom, the hallway felt different. The fluorescent lights above flickered slightly, as if conspiring with Darren to spotlight my humiliation. I could feel every stare, real or imagined, pressing into me like 1,000 tiny needles. My heels clicked nervously on the tile floor. Click, click, click. Each step a reminder that I was no longer just Alex. I was someone else now, someone vulnerable, delicate, exposed. The first challenge was simple. Survive the walk to the cafeteria without tripping or drawing too much attention. Easy in theory, impossible in practice. The dress clung awkwardly, the tights stretched tight over my legs, and my heart thumped so loudly I was certain everyone could hear it. Every glance in my direction felt like a spotlight. I imagined whispers trailing behind me, "Look at him, or her?" And yet, beneath the fear, there was a pulse of excitement. The soft brush of fabric, the sway of my skirt with every step, the unfamiliar but oddly empowering click of the heels. It was intoxicating. A part of me, the part I'd hidden even from myself, relished it. I navigated the cafeteria doorway, shoulders squared despite the trembling in my stomach. Darren was there, lounging against the wall like a predator surveying its prey. He grinned. "Looking good, Alex. Now let's see if you can keep it together." The first few minutes were pure torture. I tried to keep my head down, avoid eye contact, blend into the crowd. But every movement felt exaggerated. My body felt foreign, my balance slightly off. The heels made each step a mini challenge. The tights itched uncomfortably, and the dress, though soft, clung in places that made me hyper-aware of myself. Then came the whispers. "Is that Alex?" I froze. Heads turned, curious eyes scanning. Some people smirked, others gawked, and a few, unexpectedly, looked impressed. I felt a flush creep up my neck and chest. My internal conflict escalated. Humiliation versus thrill. Part of me wanted to run, to rip off the outfit and retreat to safety. Another part, the part Darren was trying to awaken, wanted to see how far I could go. The transformation wasn't just physical. Emotionally, I was unraveling and reweaving myself simultaneously. Every glance in the reflective surfaces, windows, polished tables, my own occasional glimpse in a phone screen, showed a version of me that was both me and entirely new. I experimented subtly, shifting my posture, testing how the sway of my hips felt, how my hands rested differently. It was an unfamiliar language, but I was learning it fast. By mid-afternoon, the dare escalated. Darren had enlisted a few friends to help document my transformation. Phones discreetly appeared, capturing snaps and videos, sending chills down my spine. I had to keep smiling, keep walking, keep pretending. Each camera click was a test of my composure, a tick on the clock of my humiliation. But amidst the fear, I noticed something strange. Some classmates weren't mocking me. They were complimenting me, genuinely curious about how I looked. This was new. A glimmer of validation flickered amidst the dread. Isabella's presence loomed in my mind. What would she say if she saw me like this? Would she understand? Laugh? My thoughts wove a tense web of fear and anticipation, and I realized the stakes weren't just about Darren or my classmates. They were about my own self-image, my identity, my sense of control. The afternoon brought another twist. A fashion challenge Darren had invented. He forced me to pose in front of a mirror set up in the gym, to walk as though on a runway, and to respond to comments from peers critiquing my look. My hands shook, but I obeyed. I experimented with a slight tilt of my head, a careful step in heels, a soft smile. Each movement was a test, and to my surprise, some peers genuinely clapped. Some even cheered. I had never felt this combination of exposure, vulnerability, and empowerment in my life. By the end of the day, I was exhausted, physically, emotionally, mentally. My legs ached from the heels, my chest ached from holding my posture, my mind ached from the relentless scrutiny. And yet, a strange thrill lingered, a seed of something I hadn't acknowledged before. Could I admit even to myself that part of me enjoyed this? That in this forced cross-dressing, I discovered an aspect of myself I never dared explore? Back home, I collapsed onto my bed, still in the outfit. Darren's dare had pushed me beyond my comfort zone, and while part of me wanted to tear it all off, another part lingered in quiet awe. The mirror across the room reflected a girl in pink, heels slightly scuffed, makeup smudged, but with eyes that hinted at a new awareness, a new curiosity. And the suspense wasn't over. Darren had one final twist in mind. A video of my performance was already spreading among classmates. The notifications on my phone buzzed incessantly. Each ping was a test. Would I crumble or would I rise? Would I run, hide, or embrace this strange, thrilling transformation? The day ended, but the tension remained. I was Alex, but I was also someone else now. Someone seen, observed, scrutinized. Someone experiencing the intoxicating mix of fear and empowerment. And the next challenge, whatever Darren had planned, loomed ever closer. By the next morning, my life had tilted on an axis I didn't even know existed. The video of me, Alex in pink, swaying in heels, cheeks flushed with nervous excitement, was everywhere. Notifications flooded my phone like an avalanche. At first I froze, staring at each comment, each reaction. Some were cruel, mocking, laughing at my humiliation. Others were surprisingly kind, admiring, even encouraging. My chest tightened. A mix of panic and an unexpected thrill surged through me. Darren was smug when I walked into school. "Looks like you're famous," he whispered, nudging me. "Some people think you look amazing. Others not so much. Let's see how long you can keep it together today." And keep it together I had to. The hallways were a gauntlet. Whispers followed me. "That's Alex. Wow. Never expected that." Every eye that glanced my way was a test. Every sideways look a challenge. My heart raced with fear, but a strange part of me, a part one didn't dare admit, thrived on it. The thrill of exposure, the adrenaline, the intoxicating mix of vulnerability and curiosity. The first major obstacle arrived unexpectedly. Isabella. She had called earlier saying she wanted to stop by and see me. Panic surged. She had never seen me like this, not fully dressed as a girl with makeup and heels. I tried to hide, retreat, but it was too late. She was at the doorway before I could even think of an excuse. Her eyes widened, scanning me head to toe. I froze, caught between shame and fear. Is this for a dare?" she asked cautiously, voice soft but curious. My stomach dropped. If she mocked me or worse, rejected me, it would feel like the floor had vanished beneath me. But Isabella didn't recoil. Instead, she tilted her head, examining me with an intensity that made my heart pound in an entirely new way. "You look different," she murmured, a small smile tugging at her lips. "And kind of amazing." The relief was instantaneous but fleeting. Darren's dare wasn't finished. He had arranged a live stream for classmates, turning my living room into a stage. A laptop streamed my performance in real time. Panic clawed at my chest. I was trapped, seen by hundreds, maybe thousands, with Isabella and my family watching the first glimpse of this side of me. My first steps toward the laptop were shaky. The heels felt impossible, my legs quivering. My hands trembled as I adjusted the dress, trying to maintain some semblance of dignity. I glanced at the mirror, seeing a version of myself I had never met. Alex, but transformed, exposed, undeniably beautiful in a way I hadn't acknowledged before. The live stream began. Comments poured in. "Wow, she's gorgeous. Is this real? Alex? No way." Some were mocking, some admiring. My mind raced. Could I control this? Could I survive this public exposure? Every heartbeat echoed in my ears. Every comment stung and thrilled in equal measure. Then came the unexpected twist. My bully Darren tripped on the cable connecting the camera, nearly falling onto me. The collision sent me staggering, the heels slipping slightly on the polished floor. My wig tilted, threatening to reveal the full transformation. Panic surged. I could hear Isabella gasp. Classmates were still watching. I steadied myself, heart pounding. Sweat trickled down my back, hands gripping the edges of the table for balance. The vulnerability was staggering, yet somehow exhilarating. This was the ultimate test, not just of my physical balance or composure, but of my emotional courage. Could I embrace this identity even for a fleeting moment without shame? Then a symbolic moment hit me. The wig, slightly askew, reflected in the mirror. My hands trembled as I adjusted it, realizing I was looking at both Alex and the girl I had become in this dare. A strange, almost spiritual connection surged through me. Two selves, one body, one identity, clashing and merging simultaneously. I felt exposed, seen alive. Darren, recovering from his stumble, sneered. "Don't mess this up, Alex." But I had already crossed a threshold. I smiled, held my head high, and continued the walk, heels clicking with newfound confidence. The comments online surged. "She's owning it. Alex is unstoppable." A thrill unlike anything I'd experienced coursed through me. Then came the next twist. Isabella stepped forward, her hand brushing against mine. "You don't have to hide anymore," she whispered. This side of you is amazing. Don't let anyone make you feel ashamed." My heart swelled, tears threatening to spill. Relief, fear, exhilaration, they collided inside me. I realized the dare had become something far bigger than humiliation. It had become discovery, acceptance, and empowerment all at once. But the suspense wasn't over. Just as I began to relax, a notification popped up. Someone had recorded the live stream and shared it on a popular social media page. Hundreds of strangers were now watching, commenting, dissecting every detail of my transformation. My stomach plummeted. I was simultaneously terrified and fascinated. Could I survive this public scrutiny? Could I continue exploring this new identity without fear? The emotional and physical tension was unbearable yet addictive. I had stepped into a new world, one of visibility, judgment, and discovery. And the next challenge, whatever it might be, loomed ominously, threatening to push me even further. The climax left me at a precipice, exposed, empowered, terrified, and thrilled. I had embraced a part of myself I never knew existed, yet the world outside remained unpredictable and unrelenting. Every decision from here on carried weight, every glance, every movement, every comment shaping the next chapter of this daring, transformative journey. The room had finally quieted, but my heart was still racing. My reflection in the mirror stared back at me. Alex, transformed, exposed, yet undeniably myself. The thrill of the dare, the fear of judgment, the adrenaline of being caught on camera. It all swirled inside me like a storm I couldn't escape. Isabella stood nearby, her gaze soft but intense. "You were amazing," she whispered, her hand brushing mine again. My chest tightened. Her approval meant more than I could express. Yet just as a wave of relief began to wash over me, my phone buzzed again. Another notification. Another video shared. Another wave of strangers' eyes now dissecting my every move. Panic flared. Would my classmates talk about me tomorrow? Would strangers online recognize me? My fingers trembled as I held the phone, scrolling through hundreds of comments. "She's so cute. Can't believe it's Alex. This is insane." Some supportive, some mocking, some blatantly cruel. My stomach churned, my palms sweaty. Then the front door clicked. My heart leapt into my throat. Isabella's expression froze. Someone was coming in, unexpected, unannounced. My mind raced. Was it Darren trying to escalate the dare? A neighbor? Or worse, my parents? The footsteps grew closer. I clutched the edges of the table, the wig slightly askew, the heels wobbly beneath me. Every instinct screamed to hide, to run, to become Alex again. But a stubborn part of me, the part that had embraced this new identity in the face of humiliation, refused to retreat. The doorknob turned. Slowly. Hesitantly. I froze. Isabella's hand tightened around mine, grounding me, yet also reminding me how exposed I truly was. My reflection in the mirror now seemed almost alive, a twin staring back, daring me to face whatever came next. And then the door swung open. A shadow filled the frame. I couldn't see clearly. The footsteps paused. A voice called out, familiar yet unexpected. "Alex, what's going on here?" The room fell into silence. My chest tightened. Every nerve screamed. I was caught between two worlds. The life I had known and the new, exhilarating identity I had discovered. The fear of being exposed clashed with a strange, thrilling sense of freedom. Isabella whispered, "Don't be afraid. Whatever happens, we face it together." I swallowed hard, stepping slightly forward, my heels clicking on the floor. The shadow at the door shifted. My pulse raced faster than ever. Every second stretched, dragging me toward the unknown. And then, a sudden ding from my phone startled me. A new notification. Someone had live-streamed the live-stream itself. My face, my transformation, my secret. It was now spreading faster than I could comprehend. The reality of the situation hit like a tidal wave. Would I survive the viral attention? Could I maintain control over this new part of myself, or had the dare permanently changed everything? The shadow at the door took a step closer. The moment stretched. My hands trembled. My reflection in the mirror stared back, unblinking, daring me to face the consequences. And then, the screen cut to black.